Hi, Blastpop here. Today I'm looking at a just completed game of Caesar Rome versus Gaul, a game published by GMT Games and designed by Mark Simonich. This game came out a few years ago, and I am utilizing the relatively new published CDG Solo system, also published by GMT Games and designed by Stuka Joe. In this particular game, the Romans ended up losing, and this is the first game I've played of this, and I only got 7 victory points as the Romans, and the Gauls held on along with the Belgae to defeat the Romans. Um, Absolutely, the Romans need to advance fast and hit the barbarians as they pop up, sort of a game of guacamole, I guess it is, Gallic whack-a-mole, because each turn, and possibly a little more frequently with card play, at least 3 tribes will appear in random order at various places on the board. And each of the zones, for instance, this zone here, 20, will have the Carducci, mispronouncing this, appear somewhere here within its zone if there's an available space. And then you could also have one in the same turn appear up here and like one over here. And the Romans are down in the southeastern portion of the Provincia, part of, in essence, Gaul. And they have to advance northward. And the objective also is to capture the mountain passes here that are also controlled by the Gauls, invade Britannia, and fight the Germans. And there's a lot to do, and only 6 turns in which to do it all. And so it's absolutely critically important to capture all the various, as many zones as possible, and meet not only certain thresholds to continue the game as the Romans, but to succeed, because each turn there's 2 victory points available um, to to get if you get so many governance points. The problem is that's very difficult to do, and I only got from the governance points. I only got 3 victory points the entire game from controlling Gallic areas. I got the 1 victory point for the mountain passes right here, and then I picked up the rest of my points by eliminating Gallic tribes. Um, what really did me in and was the playing the Roman part of it was the Gallic uprising was very intense, and there was both Vercingetorix and the other leader of the Belgae, um, Amberix, I believe it is, and they both, towards the end of the game, the last couple turns of the game, made advances down into, I guess it's the Rhone Valley, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken, and basically beat up on Caesar. Caesar just didn't have enough strength points, and during the course of the game, Caesar lost um, six legions, and the replacements could not keep up. And this is where Caesar ended the game before he was recalled to Rome. And this is the game state of after all the various Gallic tribes were returned to their respective homelands after fighting some battles. So there's a lot to learn in this game, and definitely the more experienced player would seem to have to be played by the Roman player to have a reasonable chance of winning. I think it's a fascinating game, and there's a lot going on all the time, and one playthrough does not give you adequate preparation for becoming an advanced player. I think this requires several gameplays to be able to understand the full breadth and depth of the play that this game has to offer. Um, And there's a few other games in the that kind of use the similar system, the successors, as well as Mark Simonich's um, great original design in the series, which goes back to Hannibal and has been more recently released as Hannibal and Hamilcar. And so there's a lot of opportunity in these games to get a good feel of Roman warfare, and it's not very difficult. The cards, the gameplay, the CDG aspect of it adds so much flavor and historical content and additional information that's passed along to the player. And I really do like the CDG system. I did a couple videos on the system before. Please check those out to get a general idea of how those are utilized in gameplay. Once you read the rules and play a couple turns, the use is almost, you don't even really have to think about it too much. So it's really an elegant design, and this is a boon for the style of game. So thank you, GMT and Stuka Joe, for the excellent design. So please leave any comments. Please subscribe, comment. This has been Blastpop. Bye.